Hello guys, it's Switch here with another Marvel Snap video, and today video I'm just going to talk about Loki deck, another Loki deck. So the idea right now for the channel is obviously to finish off the Series 1 decks, carry on with the Series 2. They're not going to be like super consistent decks, it's just about to understand the cards, learn the cards, and then obviously at some point in the near future, I guess a week or maybe 2 weeks from now, then I'm just going to carry on with the best what I can do from my collection, and we will see what's that going to be. I guess that might be either Loki deck, because Loki is just broken, and this deck especially, which I'm just going to tell you about it in a minute. So definitely, as the new players, as I am new player, we just want to carry on and focus probably playing some Loki deck, because there are really consistent decks. Or maybe we are just going to stick with either ongoing decks, which I'm going to feature soon as well, because they're super powerful. And then later on in this month, we're supposed to have possibility to access the bundle with the card of, I don't remember the name, but it's really useful to copy the tiger. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's going to be Odin's tiger with the card, which you can do this twice, which I forget the name right now, but it's going to be soon this month, like super cheap bundle, $5. I mean 5 whatever currency you are, but obviously if you're going to buy through the website, you're going to pay less. So in other words, it's going to be about like $3 for the card, and this card is really important to do the Tigers Odin. Tigers, yeah, because there are going to be several tigers. It's not going to be just one tiger. So that's definitely going to be deck which majority of people, as the beginners, they want to play with the Tiger Odin, and then maybe ongoing deck with the basically Onslaught. Excuse me, that's Apocalypse Onslaught and the Spectrum, and then Odin Tigers with card is named Wong, and you know exactly this card is probably you played already, or are you going to build this deck as well. On reveal abilities at this location happen twice. That's why ideally there is always good to play some counter to this deck with the Cosmo. So there is a couple of choices for the future to play decks, but in the main consideration is just to focus on your own deck, not really about like countering the decks. That's why in this scenario I access the Crossbone for the Loki, with the Loki, and I'm just using the Crossbone, despite the fact some people might say like this card is not really good because you need to win in the spot. Usually on the tempo and aggro decks, that's the case, because you usually have 1 point advantage because there is nothing other on that location, so you're just going to play the Crossbones and you usually end up with better stats. But if you don't have a Crossbone, you don't really need to play this. The best option for the Loki deck itself is going to be just simply play the Shang-Chi. And I think you might be even better off with playing Shang-Chi. I just simply, for the season decks, I'm just trying to use as many new cards I possibly unlocked, because yeah, that's how I feel. And then rest, the Series 1 and Series decks, obviously trying to do just with the cards from Series 1 and Series 2. Right now, as you can see, I'm level 528, which means I'm accessed Series 3 cards, so we can unlock the Series 3 cards right now, which is great. And obviously on the first, my Spotlight Cash, which is going to be 610, I'd be able to have possibility to get one of those. And obviously if you're not really keen of any of those cards, you're not really opening the Spotlight Cash and you just move forward, and at some point if you will have 4 caches and you'll be happy with like majority of cards over there, you just open all of them and basically you just grab every card from this Spotlight Cash. So obviously there's going to be another in the 2 days and 11 hours. So that's the strategy behind this. For me, honestly, I'm so happy about getting any card and trying to figure it out this card as a card, like, you know, just one card scenario. And obviously, yeah, you're right, you need specific deck for some cards, but it's always nice to have new card to the collection and not really trying to try harding to get those caches. I mean, I'm not going to do this strat. I'm basically, my strat is just, I'm just gonna open up, and that's it. So that's what I want to do. I just want to collect. I don't really care what I'm going to collect, because at the end of the day, anything which I will grab, I will try to make a deck around this just to have a fun, to not being consistent, but just to have a fun. About being consistent, we just can talk when we are going to hit, I don't know, maybe like a couple good cards from the Series 3. I'm not saying like I need, you know, Series 4 and Series 5 cards. I need a couple of cards to go to make like a good deck. Like one of them is it's a Wonk, definitely, and one of those cards is going to be it's Doctor Doom, I believe so. And then if I will get Doctor Doom sooner or later, then I'm probably going to stick with playing the Audience Tiger, because it's going to be like, it's just going to basically break the ladder with whatever opponent you play against. So you can easily do like a infinity rank, isn't it? It's the highest rank. So right now, just trying to focus on whatever I have and just to have a fun from the game. So yeah, 7 minutes introduction about not really Loki deck. Anyway, so right now I'm just going to jump to the deck itself. Kind of self-explanatory. Agent 13, adding the random card. So basically, we are playing the card, but we're getting extra card in order to have steal cards, because we are going to play Loki, right? Amount is the same. To getting the card, sometimes it's like the toss of the coin, because sometimes it's going to be just 50% chance to get the card. At the end of the day, I think this card is great. Yondu, because I just like it, the 1 energy drop to destroy the top card of your opponent deck, and especially if you can sometimes copy this card, it's amazing. Cable, because another card to get the card when you're playing the card, so it's kind of really important when you're playing the cards from your own hand to sustain the cards on your hand, so that's why Sentinel is really important. Obviously, every card I mentioned already, almost every card besides the Yondu, are really good with the collector itself. So Sentinel, yeah, one more time, adding another Sentinel to your hands, really crucial, because the Loki is all about to having like as many cards as possible, because replacing your hand with cards from your opponent's starting deck, which means if you have 6 cards on the hand, you're going to play a Loki, so you're going to change 6 cards with the opponent deck cards and then boost the collector with 6 power boost, so it's going to be on 8 power instead of 2, and then obviously every possible card you change it, you're going to be able to play with -1 mana, energy cost. I really get to the mana. I used to play Magic the Gathering like almost 15 years, and every card games back in the days was just about the mana, so sometimes I might say mana, so sorry about that. Anyway, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So pretty much the idea behind this part, the idea behind those cards, the half of the deck, is just basically to play the collector. If you have the collector on turn 3, just play it on turn 3. Sometimes you're waiting and you're actually playing the Loki on turn 4. Ideally, turn 4 to get extra card on the hand when you're playing it, and basically to be able to be consistent with playing every card from your hand, unless you actually having Devil Dino, because you don't really want to play a whole your hand when you have it when you copy the Devil Dino, and that's the reason behind not playing the Crossbones here, because I'm just testing the card. I love it, but much more consistent version of this deck is going to be playing with actually Shang-Chi in this deck, because Shang-Chi destroying all enemy cards at this location that have 9 or more power, and basically this is like massive. This is like super important card to destroy the position of those broken decks with I mentioned already the Audience Tiger, White Tiger with the Wonk. So this is like super important. If you don't have this card, basically you're probably going to lose the game. Even if you counter that location, you might still lose the game. So that's like super important. This is super massive important card, because lots of decks these days playing the Devil Dino, especially the people who started the playing recently, as I am, because this card is just great. It's like really value, huge value, but majority of those people, they don't really counter that position. They don't really expect you're going to play the Shang-Chi. Like, actually, I have that on the highlight. Is why I'm losing the position, because I didn't expect the Shang-Chi is going to be played. But yeah, sometimes it's just pure luck. Sometimes it's not going to happen. Basically, you're just going to play and nobody going to have the Shang-Chi. Anyway, what I'm trying to say, just the Shang-Chi is going to be unlocked on the Series 2, so you probably have this already, and if you're playing as a new players, just started recently, you might don't have the Crossbone, and the Crossbone is not really crucial card. It's just a fun card to play with, because I think it's fun to have 8 power for 4 energy, but it's nothing more than that. Nothing more to it. It's not really like above and beyond. So, majority of plays, if you are lucky to have Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur in this deck, so you actually want to play, well, basically the Moon Girl on the turn 4, copy as many cards as possible to get 7 cards in the hand, and then play the Devil Dinosaur, and then you copy Devil Dinosaur, so Devil Dino is going to be better off than playing the America Chavez on turn 6, but obviously if the Devil Dinosaur is not going to be drawn by you, and then you have the Loki and you have the Moon Girl. So you usually you don't really want to play the Moon Girl, because I don't really see any other circumstances. You'd kind of want to copy the Loki and copy the low energy cost cards, to be honest with. Unless there's a situation which you're just playing the Mantis because that's your card, you play the Yondu, and you play Collector, and you don't really have any extra cards, so you end up with Loki on the hand and Moon Girl, and whatever cards you're going to draw, like at this point doesn't even matter. The Devil Dino, if you will draw, doesn't really matter. The point is, if you just end up with not really consistent getting the cards in your hand, but you're playing the cards, and then you're getting, like on turn 3, Loki, and then you have the Moon Girl already on the hand, so you just want to copy the hand just for the sake of copying the hand to have more cards to be able to play the Loki with a couple of cards, not just, 1 card or 2 on the hand. And pretty much that's it about this deck. The White Queen, obviously, because it's just super amazing card, and I'm going to feature this card, oh my god, in maybe not the almost every deck, but what I'm trying to say, this card is so powerful, and it's amazing because it's tempo card, giving you lots of power for 4 energy. It's obviously value, and then you are copying the highest cost card in your opponent's hand. So yeah, usually you end up with getting something good as your finisher. So pretty much that's it. And then America Chavez, is everything failed already and you don't really have anything to play with, or either you just being able to play every card from your hand for cheap cost because of the Loki itself, and then sometimes you have the situation which you can actually play everything from the hand, and then on the turn 6 play Chavez as well for 6 energy, to have 9 power. So yeah, pretty much that's it. So thank you much guys for watching. See you guys in the next video. Take care and bye for now, and obviously enjoy the highlights.
said, bub. Enough said, bub. Victory! Snap!
I still believe in heroes.
Opponent snapped.
wind.